Easter without bunnies. I remember a video I watched a while ago that showed in a very simple and humane way the tough decision of a father who had to let his little son die in order to save hundreds of people traveling on a train. The man was in charge of the tracks, and in an unbelievable situation, he had to decide whether to make the train go left along an unfinished track, therefore causing a fatal outcome to hundreds of travelers, or save those people by making the train go right. But on that track was his son, who would have had the worst ending if the train went that way. In the end, he made the hardest decision and saved the passengers' lives. A very sad story for that father, although it had a happy ending for many others. I wonder if I would have been able to do the same thing as that father, and the immediate answer was no. Then I understood the value of what we commemorate in Easter, the attitude of immense generosity Jesus had by sacrificing himself for us, even though it was a very strange and unfathomable to human understanding. It gave us the guarantee that we'll live again, and that's why today we're so grateful and celebrate Holy Week, Christmas, and even our children's christenings. With our children's, we've commemorated Easter and the magnitude of its meaning since they were little. As we are part of the Western culture, we also seize the opportunity to have them look for a chocolate that their mom and I hide in our house. The chocolate has a letter attached to it that we write to remind them of the value of what we commemorate on that day. We try to teach them something new every year, so that they have it in writing and can keep it in a box with our family's mementos. Our children know that there is no such thing as the Easter Bunny, and that the game of the hidden chocolate was always meant to accompany their short period of childhood and innocence. But children grow, so this year we were inspired to have another sort of dialogue with them through this letter. Dear children, as parents, we're interested that every day of your lives you can be part of our sowing, so that tomorrow, when you're adults, you will represent the best harvest of our lives, and that through you, we will continue to bear fruit of those seeds we cherished so much. There's a proverb that says, "And a brother is born for a time of adversity." Where do we find true witnesses to the love a parent feels for their children? In our siblings, so that we can see from outside the way our parents love us. Only by looking at how they love our siblings, we can understand how special we are for our parents. Siblings are not just people with whom we share our blood. They are extensions of ourselves. We can trust them with our lives, know that they'll never abandon us during hard times. They are our greatest accomplices, who keep our most intimate secrets. They're the ones who know us and understand us with just a glance, and with whom we share key words. The youngest siblings are our weaknesses. We become their protectors. The one in the middle are our stimuli, as they are always about to catch up with us. And many other times, we have to hurry to keep up with their pace. And we, the older siblings, who have the most experience in life, are the ones that initiated our parents in raising their first children, and the ones who get the most severe scolding. Siblings are the best friends God put for us on earth, our buddies in mischief, our first loves. My 4 siblings provide me with certainty that God gave me extra angels here on earth, who will not let me make so many mistakes, who will protect me in my old age, and who, if I were to depart at an early age, will protect the family I leave behind. Do you realize how lucky you are to have each other? When we were children, our parents taught me and my brothers, Mario and Diego, my younger siblings, Romina and Carlitos, weren't born yet, that the 3 of us were one, and that we should never let anything or anybody drive us apart. We were brought up in such a similar manner that we even wore the same clothes. My mother would go to the clothes shop and buy the same things for the 3 of us. The same shirts, the same shoes, even the same socks. Since I can remember, I was always like that. The 3 of us were united, and we always had the same opportunities. Our parents made it a point to be equitable and never encouraged competition amongst us. They didn't allow us fighting, and if we ever fought, my mother would grab us from the neck and put us head to head, facing each other, so that we looked at each other in the eyes and told us in a loud voice, "You can't fight because you are one." Always protect each other and never allow anything or anybody drive you apart. That was etched in our memory, and every time we fought over something, like all siblings do, after a few minutes, we said we were sorry and we forgot about the bad time. I'm telling you this because I want to make sure to pass on to you those same values so that it will help shape your personalities. As we say to you every year, what we commemorate today is very important for our family and for hundreds of thousands of Christians scattered throughout the world. You know what? Our Father said, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them," which means that the 2 of you already meet the minimum requirement. As long as you are together and summon Him, He will be there with you as He is with Mom and Dad, strengthening our bond as the third thread that keeps the rope of our union together. As we do every year for Easter, we decided that this year you will also have your chocolate, because in spite of the game of searching for it, our tradition still stands to give each of you a few written words on a piece of paper. But your mom and I wanted this year to be different. We wrote a single letter for the 2 of you, split in half so that each of you will have a half and you will always remember the meaning of keeping together. This little letter will not have the same value without the 2 halves, just like your lives. You should always remain together, even if you live apart in different ends of the world. Love each other, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Take care of each other. Support each other through the hard times and encourage each other when you begin a new undertaking or face a new challenge. If you have each other, you have everything. Life is hard, but if you are together, there will be no hardship you can't overcome. Lastly, never forget the true meaning of Easter. Jesus lives and we don't die. Believing that life is only what we can see and touch is to limit our knowledge of what our Father has prepared for all of us. Today we celebrate life, true life. Today we celebrate the gift of a new opportunity. We love you beyond this life. May God bless you and give you humility, wisdom, and perseverance, so that you live until you fulfill the purpose to which you were born.